Welcome back, gang. It's Delty from DeltyIsGaming.com, and I want to share with you at the 9-month mark of my 1-year journey kind of what I've learned and what's new and what's going on with me in the future. I want to get across to you guys is that I'm no one special, and I'm just a dude that had a dream, had a goal, had a vision, and just went about it every single day. And that there's no secrets. I'm not here trying to sell you some exercise program, machine, supplement, nothing. It's just hard work every single day. But there's some really key components that will facilitate massive change that I found. Some of them are really surprising. So let's get into that and kind of what I'm going to be doing in the future. So on my website, I made a little Maslow's hierarchy of need of the things I think that are most important, working your way up. I want to talk about this specifically, and the first one is belief. Now, you're probably like, belief? That's really the most important? And honestly, it is, because when you're starting a big, massive change, it's really, really hard. You have a lot of things working against you. For me, I physically looked and felt like crap. So picturing myself 1 year out and what it would take to get there was really, really hard, and that most people will give up if they don't believe in themselves. What separates someone from being successful on a diet, nutrition plan, I really believe is the belief. Now, when I talk about belief, I'm talking about this burning desire to get something done and realizing that it will not be easy, but it's just one day at a time. So I will share a personal story with you about this. My wife and I had trouble conceiving our child, Maximus, and now you'd probably know that I do have a son. But what happened was nature took over in her. I never saw someone more determined, more focused, more singularly driven to get something done than my wife and having a child. I don't care if we had to invent new science to get a child. We were going to have one. And she just thought about it. She focused on it. And we had a lot of practice, which was good. But in all seriousness, she never doubted. She always believed. She knew it would happen, and the universe responded. There's going to be days when you're going to doubt yourself. There's going to be times when people won't support you. There's going to be times where it's going to be rough and there's going to be setbacks. But if you have that fundamental belief in yourself, even if you've never achieved it before, you seriously can accomplish anything. The number 2 most important thing is food. Now, I rate this way above exercise because it has a greater impact on your appearance, in my opinion. How I'd represent this is if you look at a cupcake, like a gourmet cupcake, some of them have about 600 calories or measurements of energy. Now, what is 600 calories? That's a 6-mile walk or running on a treadmill for 60 minutes. That's a lot of work. So controlling what you eat is fundamentally, in my opinion, more important than what you do for exercising. So what do you eat and how much? There's a million different guides. There's a million different diets. I have mine posted on my website, link in the description. You can follow it or not. Just realize it's somewhat hardcore. But get down to the basics, right? If it grows, it's probably good to eat it. Fruits, vegetables, right? If it's processed, refined, it's probably not so good to eat it. Now, my diet specifically is for a purpose, getting shredded, ripped, muscular. So I'm not going to maintain that diet for the rest of my life. It's not healthy. But a healthy diet, ask yourself, does it grow? Am I using a balanced diet? It's just common sense. You know, nowadays, is carbs bad, carbs good? Are eggs good? Are eggs bad? Everyone tells you something different. Through trial and error, common sense, you'll find out what the good foods are and how it responds to your body. How much should we eat? Well, that depends on your goal. If you're trying to get bigger, put on more size, you need to eat more calories than you consume. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to eat less calories. The simple thing is, for people that are trying to lose body fat, move more, eat less. I really strongly believe in you only get what you measure. So using things like Fitbit to track how much you're walking, how many calories roughly you're burning, and then MyFitnessPal to track like what your food is, how much you're eating, and then kind of see where those are at. They're not 100% accurate, and no, I'm not getting paid to reference them. But these are the tools that I used, measuring and seeing, okay, what am I really eating? So track it and then adjust slowly. When I'm talking about slowly, I had a year goal. And the reason it was a year, because I knew it was going to take that long to lose that much body fat the right way. So 300 calories less or more, depending on your goals, a day for a week, and see where you're at, see how you feel, and then adjust from there. No drastic changes, just slowly, and your body will respond. Next most important thing that I put even above exercise is rest and recovery, ironically. Listen to the BBC Science Hour podcast, and they had a Nobel Prize winner that got his Nobel Prize on sleep. And basically, he suggested that sleep is so important that it's actually more important than food. And I wouldn't go that far, but rest and recovery is so fundamental to everything that it is that we do in our bodies. I'm talking about going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the same time, setting up your area so you can get the maximum amount of sleep. It really is important. Also recovery. I've done a lot of different things that I used to do to help me recover. I'm 33 years old, right? So chiropractic, yoga, even though it sounds kind of goofy, stretching, doing foam rollers, any active recovery that you can do to stimulate your body, get the blood circulating, and make it so that you're recovering from the workouts. The whole point of working out is to get out of your comfort zone, to exercising, right? And then there's usually a period where you have to rest in order to get gains, to improve. So if you can rest and recover faster, more fully, then those workouts become productive instead of counterproductive. Lastly, a touchy subject, and that's alcohol and drugs. So, I've struggled with this. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I slip up sometimes, and I was addicted to pain pills for 10 years. So to give you an idea of how impactful this was, I stopped drinking, and I got off the pain pills. Now, 1 month later, after I got off pain pills, my waist shrunk by an inch, and I gained 5 pounds of muscle. That's how big of an impact it was on me. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you what to do, but I've screwed up on this time and time again. And I can't tell you how crazy the body will react once you cut those things out. But like I said, to each their own. Exercise. One of the most important, I have it listed down here, but exercise, you have to find what you like to do. I like bodybuilding. When I say bodybuilding, I mean lifting weights with the purpose of hypertrophy or growing muscle. And what it does for me is I can do the same lat pull down 1,000 times, and I enjoy it because I connect with my body in a unique way. I can feel the muscle stretch, contract. I get tired. I get sore. I can feel connected with my body. I get 100% alertness. I'm fully present. Now, you don't have to do that. You can do CrossFit. You can do P90X at home. I used to do judo, boxing, all sorts of stuff. But you need to find something that you want to do. Keep in mind that exercise, if you're trying to improve or gain or whatever, you have to get out of your comfort zone. So an example for you is I go to this gym, and 9 months later, the same people are in there. They look the exact same. They lift the same amount of weight. They're not progressing. They may not know why, or they may not care, but the reason is they're not out of their comfort zone. You have to continually find ways to push your body. Now, that doesn't mean getting injured or doing something really stupid. That means slowly progressing. So my exercise program, it started with lifting weights for 45 minutes, walking for 15. 3 months ago. Then I slowly start progressing up and up and up. Because remember, there is diminishing returns on exercise. You can't just lift weights for 6 hours a day. It does no good. So the point is, get out of your comfort zone, find something that you like. Who cares if other people don't like it, if you do? And don't underestimate the value of simply just moving, walking, after a meal, on your lunch breaks, before your kids wake up. I'm telling you, I don't do any aerobics. I literally just walk. And it keeps the body fat off me, keeps my metabolism sped up. Just don't undervalue just simply moving. Lastly is forgiveness. Now this might seem really odd, and you're going to have to forgive yourself because there's going to be times where you screw up. Going on a diet like a hardcore one like I'm on right now, it's rough. I overreact, I get moody, cranky because I have that in the back of my head. Eat. We are animals, right? So you're going to screw up. One night I was so hungry, I just lost it. I grabbed an entire box of animal crackers, my son's animal crackers, ate them all. Ate a bunch of Oreos that my wife had laying around, ate a bunch of donuts. I couldn't stop. It was just a freak thing. So, am I going to sit around and cry about it? No. Forgive yourself, move on, and learn from it, which is maybe eat just a little bit more throughout the day if you have to avoid that splurge. Another thing is you have to forgive other people. You know, they're not going to understand why you're doing this or why it's important to you, and that's okay. For instance, another personal story, my mom and dad. I love them, and they're both overweight, obese. And the thing about it is they don't understand why I bring my own chicken breast salad and seasoning over when we have our Sunday night meals. You know, their area, they grew up that their parents were in the Great Depression. So scarcity, they value food in a different way than I do. You know, they're, oh, eat more, eat more, eat more, because they didn't have it growing up. So you have to forgive and have empathy with people that don't understand you, because not everyone's going to get it. Another personal story. My grandma died a couple months ago, and I remember leaving the funeral, going to my car, and eating a cold chicken breast and green beans. Now, you don't have to go to that extreme, but the point I'm trying to make is it's important to me. Yes, things will come up that will affect you in profound ways, but you have to stay focused on your goal and your vision. That doesn't mean you can't have a life, family, gaming, whatever, but it means you're just gonna have to focus like a laser beam and forgive others that don't understand it. 9 months ago, it was a trying time for me. You know, I was struggling with addiction. I was out of shape. I was a bad father, a bad husband. I was a bad business owner, and I was basically failing at all aspects of my life, and I needed to change. And I'm not perfect. I'm still working on a lot of things, but I wanted to be a good example to other people, especially on the internet. You know, everyone has these illusionary lives where everything's perfect, and we turn the cameras on and life's good. In fact, a lot of us are struggling with their own demons, and food and getting out of shape was my thing. So I vowed to myself, I'm going to do it no matter what. 1 month in, I got a hernia. I pushed it too hard, was lifting too heavy weight. I didn't quit. My son started daycare. We were sick, entire family, for 6 months. Didn't quit. Another month later, I ruptured my eardrum, got sick where I basically couldn't even move. I didn't quit. 4 months in, I had to deal with my addiction problem because I wasn't progressing. I didn't quit. Lost my grandmother. Didn't quit. You just have to have that iron will, and you don't have to sit and go around and tell everybody how great you are. The reason I'm bringing this up is just because I want to use it as an example of all the crap that's going to come up, and there will be crap that comes up. It's just being part of being a human. Focus like a laser beam. If it's important to you, that's all that matters, is that it's important to you. Forgive yourself. Find some exercising that you can do that you really enjoy. Rest and recover. Evaluate, you know, should I be drinking this much or drinking at all or doing this or that? You know, I can't tell you how to live. I struggle with it. Eating the right foods, you know, picking things that grow and making common sense decisions. Yes, having a piece of cake here and there is not going to hurt you, but, you know, 90% out of the week, can you stay focused on your diet? And then believing in yourself. I can't tell you how important this is. There was times where I was sitting riding my bike at home, stomach fat hanging over my lap, and it felt disgusting. I wasn't proud of who I was. I wasn't proud of what I represented. And I just had that attitude that I know a year from now, it will happen. It has to happen. It must happen. And I'm willing to do what it takes to make it happen. I hope these tips are helpful for you. I know it's just me lecturing and stuff, but you got to realize day in, day out, I was thinking about what can I do to inspire people? What can I do to inspire myself? What can I do to show my son be a good example? And I'm not perfect. Got a lot to do. Got a lot to improve. But the future's bright. And I've got to a point now where I really feel that I can balance, you know, family, gaming, and fitness. You can't work out for 6 hours a day, you know, so I'm going to go back into gaming, not hardcore, but, you know, balancing it. So what I plan on doing is actually checking the Elder Scrolls Online out again. Coming out with a thing called the transmutation system, I think is what it's called, but basically it lets you to retrait gear. So I want to give it a shot again and see if I like the changes. They've added a lot of content. Destiny 2 coming out, going to play that, and I'm really excited about Ashes of Creation. The alpha is right around the corner, so hopefully I can get involved in that game and be a positive influence, but it's 2 years later. So I miss interacting with people. I miss being helpful. I love making YouTube videos, and I really just want to be a good example and keep doing this. You know, I flirted with getting a personal trainer job, but I don't think it's for me. I think I can have a greater impact helping people. I got my certification, so I can still help people with that. And I want to provide free, helpful information to you guys and still be a good gamer, because that's important to me. So I really appreciate you guys watching. You have no idea how lucky and fortunate that I am that I can be able to do this, live my dream, and frankly, screw up and share it with you because we all do it. We're all human. But we're in this together. No one's going to make it out alive. So let's work on what's important to us, have goals, have visions, and if we screw up, we can forgive. But we're just going to keep forward. So if no one else believes in you, I do. There's nothing special about me. Really, there's not. But if I can do it, you can do it. Find that passion inside you. Find what lights that fire and work on it every day. Thanks for watching.